I'm going to read you a piece that won a very important award. It won honorable mention. It was top 10 in the Wergle Flomp Humor Poetry Contest. Now that may sound ridiculous, but it is a real contest, and there were almost 4,000 entries, and this piece received honorable mention. It's titled Upon the Cross at Calvary. So here we go. Christ upon the cross looked out upon Calvary. The sweat on his brow mixed with dirt from his face, and it dripped down to flop on the centurion's helmet. The soldier backed away. He was bored. He hated crucifixions. They were the worst kind of duty. He should have a better billet, maybe some more salt for his beans, a higher grade of wine. There was a sound suddenly, quite loud. It was harp music. It did not come from the small group of devotees who claimed that the convict was some kind of Messiah. They shared the centurion's astonishment at this sound. Christ tilted his head as far as it would go. "Could you get my iPhone, please?" he asked, looking down at the soldier. The centurion did not understand this request. He had been squatting, using his spear to support his weight, both hands wrapped around the polished wooden handle. "Your what?" "It's in my loincloth," said Christ. "I think the blood and sweat have glued it to my buttocks." There was confusion in the centurion's face. He pulled himself up, wearily, hands clutching the spear. The harp music continued. "Mithras balls, make that go away!" the soldier cursed. "Please, sir, just get my iPhone out of my loincloth and put it close to your face. Follow the sound. As you can see, my hands aren't free." The Roman, shrinking from this gory task, his nose all twisted, found a gleaming rectangle of mystery. First, he wiped it on his robe. He put it close to his face. His nose wrinkled with confusion. He looked up at the criminal on the cross. The crown of thorns was causing blood and sweat to drip down the man's chest. Perhaps the criminal really was the Messiah, or some kind of magician. The centurion shook his head as if to dispel madness. He held up the alien rectangle. "It says it's your mother." There was a pause. Christ called down from the cross. "Ma, I'm kind of busy right now." The soldier held the device, but now terror caused his eyes to blur. His heart pounded in his chest. The strange device was next to his face, and the voice was audible even to Christ on the cross. "You haven't called me in a week," the voice complained. The soldier said, "She says you haven't called her in a week. What's wrong with you? Don't you revere your own mother?" He looked at the small box, polished to unnatural sheen like a jade mirror. He had not noticed the figures on its surface, the many hieroglyphs. Now they moved of their own volition. The centurion dropped the box as if scalded. "It's a demon's toy! I must fetch the tribunaris." Before the soldier could move, his knees buckled. He put his hands to his face and began to weep. "I don't know," he wailed, "why I feel this way." Meanwhile, the object continued to make squawking noises. "Ma!" Christ called down from the cross. "Ma! I'll call you back, I promise. It might take a couple of days, but I'll call you back, I promise."